I'm coming on live. I like doing these teachings live versus trying to make a video and edit and all this other rigmarole because I want people to know like I'm willing to take your questions. I'm willing to pivot if I need to, to adjust because as a teacher, I tend to have to do that anyway. All right, so I'm actually got some notes here. So I titled this video Be Accountable, Build Trust in Yourself. And that's because people don't trust themselves, and it's not your fault. So I'm also going to give this teaching, this information based on my notes. I'm also going to give you some exercises because I wouldn't be a teacher without some homework, right? Yeah, we can teach these concepts. You can watch 1,000 YouTube videos, but it's not until you actually put things into action then things start happening for you. Okay? So, being accountable, that is the key to manifesting the things you want in life. You have to answer to you. There's a book called The Four Agreements, and that's one of your homework assignments, by the way. So, reading The Four Agreements, and it's by Don Miguel Ruiz. Um, he wrote this book, I believe, in the 90s, and it's basically teaching yourself how to just start believing in yourself. A lot of the book talks about what happened to us as a society that kept us from even trusting in ourselves. I'm going to give you some evidence now. We've been trained not to believe ourselves. Raise your hand if you think this is familiar. Trust in God. You can do all things through him, right? Capital H, him. Okay. That's people trying to tell you not to trust yourself. The implication is to sit back and not take action. So as you can see, I get right to the point. Religion, again, let me be more specific. A religion in America, as far as I know, a lot of the churches teach you to have faith, trust in God, believe in Jesus, and let him do all things through him or whatever, when that's implying that you don't have to do anything. That's implying that all your, it moves beyond you. On some level, yes. But I think over the centuries and a couple of millennia, people have kind of watered it down to the point where if you just sit here and you do the thing and all of a sudden all the things are happening. It is that simple, but it isn't that simple. So one of the things is believing in yourself, the inner you. Okay? So, and that is one of the first agreements. It's like, be impeccable with your word. We have to cut out the noise of other people. You have to be accountable to yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. Do that mirror work. And that's where a lot of people, that's where it starts, the mirror work. Trusting what you say about what you want in life and follow through with it. So one of the other homework assignment is an exercise here. So I want you to list out 5 things. This not even if you feel like that's a lot, do 3. 3 things you can do in the next 7 days. Realistically do. It could be something as simple as go clean out the junk closet. Okay? Or go read that book or that article that you skipped by the other day. Okay? And look through that list and start doing what I call a body scan about it, that means check in on your feelings. And again, I probably will have to do a video on being self-aware and emotions and that kind of thing. So when you go through that list, say for example, let's just pick that closet thing. So you got to go clean out your junk closet. Okay? That's on your list. And you're saying to yourself, okay, I'm going to clean out that junk closet. You look at it, it's on the list. And all of a sudden you get this feeling like, you feel the blahs. That's a communication to yourself. Why are you pushing back? You know that closet needs to be cleaned out. You know you would have more space if you just go ahead and do it. What's holding back? What's holding you back? And that is where journaling, and I support journaling, comes into play. That's a part of you facing yourself with yourself. You don't have to go answer to somebody else. You don't have to go talk to Jesus, okay, about it. You need to have that conversation with yourself. Why are you resisting cleaning out that closet? That is your life. That is where you need to start building a relationship with yourself. When we have those feelings and we start having those negative feelings like, well, it's going to take all this and I don't have enough time and I have to go and do all these things. I need to go, so that's starting that negative loop, negative self-talk, training your RAS. That is the training that has been outside of yourself. Now you're telling yourself, and that is in the book, the 4 Agreements, where outside forces have trained you so much over the years that now they've trained you so well that now you do it to yourself. This self-sabotage, the procrastination, the negative self-talk, to the point where now the part of your brain that is called the RAS will look for all those things not to believe you, not to believe yourself, to go trust God, the God that's outside of yourself that everybody else is telling you to go trust. What about the inner God? Okay? Your RAS is a part of your body in your brain where, let's say, for example, you are looking for a new book that is about flowers. Okay? There's thousands of books about flowers, and you're thinking about a specific flower, like say like a lily. All of a sudden now in your everyday life, even though you're going to be looking for a book about lilies, now you're out in the world. I see a lily. Oh my gosh, I'm driving by this garden, this house. Somebody's wearing lilies scented perfume. Oh my gosh, it's all starting. It's like because you're starting to teach your brain to pay attention to that now. Okay? We have to start believing in ourselves by start teaching ourselves to believe ourselves. I know that sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot, I know. But we've been trained out of it though. And that's what I'm saying. Personal accountability. Okay, so let me give you a couple of stories and then I'm out because I got things to do today. When I was giving music lessons in real life, I had this one woman who came to me all set and jazzed up. And I'm sure this happens too in physical fitness world, personal trainers as well. I'm sure they're out there and they can kind of verify this as well. But this woman, she wanted voice lessons because she sang in the choir at church and she just wanted a way to improve her voice. Pastor, I guess, whoever the choir person is, they were like, oh, maybe you should get some voice training and this and that, blah, blah, blah. So, and I'm shocked. And again, I'm telling you, this is how deep it goes sometimes. Okay, so she came to me. She emailed, we talked, we met maybe twice with a consultation. Talked about, that's how I know the backstory. So I got all this information from her. She was probably, I don't want to say older lady, but she was like between 30 and maybe almost 50 years old. I don't know. But she told me the story. She told me about how she really wanted these voice lessons, and she told me how excited she was about it. And I was like, okay, okay, writing all this stuff down, getting the information. I told her, okay, this is what my expectation is of this situation. There's work that you need to be doing as well. I'll see you in a week. Let's get started. Let's do this, right? You would think that with all of that gusto at the beginning, that she'd be ready to go. She put on a good show, okay? The first time that she was supposed to meet with me again, she canceled. She canceled. She was like, "Oh, I forgot. I had, this and this and this plan." I was like, "Okay, that's fine." I also have a policy of when you cancel less than 24 hours of our meeting, I still get paid. So it wasn't like a big deal. Okay? So she canceled. And I reminded her about that policy. I was like, okay, I understand things happen. Life happens. But make sure I invoiced her. I was like, this is my time. I made that time for you. Now I have nothing. So she paid me. And I was like, okay, I'll see you next week. This is the time. This is, what we'll cover because we didn't have a chance to meet. See you next week. Guess what she did next week? She canceled again. This time she had a different excuse. She was like, oh, I really didn't get a chance to practice. And she was super apologetic about it. She was like, I don't want to waste your time. And yes, I'll go ahead and pay you. But I didn't prepare myself. And, I just you just really wanted to do that, that kind of thing. I was like, okay. I was already starting to notice the pattern of behavior here. Okay. She canceled twice. And I'm shocked at this. For the next almost 4 months, every week when it was supposed to be her time to come meet with me, either she was on the road or she'd send a text that she couldn't come. Sometimes it would be right before the 24 hours, like right outside the 24 hours. It might be like 36 hours because then she was like, oh, wait, I got to pay her every time because I'm serious about my work. If you want results, you gotta do the thing, right? Just like any trainer or any coach, you've got to be accountable. She was using me as the accountability, and I was holding her to it. But then she was ducking and dodging and slipping and sliding, looking for any way to not do the thing. Until one day, her pattern of behavior of finding an excuse was just so great for me that I felt bad that I was just charging her for her giving me another excuse. And I excused her. So I said, ma'am, we didn't actually even have a lesson. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, let's just not do this. Let's not do this. I don't want to keep taking your money when you're clearly not ready. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like as much as people go to coaches or they go to boot camps and they want somebody else to be accountable, again, that's what they have trained us to do, to not believe yourself. Go look for somebody else to give you the answers. Make them responsible for your actions. So, yeah. Make sure I'm covering all my notes. So, yeah, that's what accountability is. Believing yourself. Yes, you can have accountability partners to help yourself out, but you also got to do it for yourself. And you've got now, and this is where the fine line between being hard on yourself and being responsible with yourself. So in my classrooms, when I'm dealing with the young kids, sometimes when they make a mistake, they're hard on themselves, or they're like, oh, I can't do anything right. And then again, that negative self-talk is coming into play. And I say, no, don't do that. Just know that you can do it again tomorrow. Start tomorrow. This is also what happens for people who go on those diets or whatever, because I don't believe in diets. They go on those diets and they, make them a little mistake on the diet. And they were like, well, okay, I'll start again Monday. It's always a Monday. And I get all my calls and emails every Monday. That's how I know. Again, it's like, if you really want change, you will change. It does not matter if it's Saturday, Friday night. It does not matter if it's Thursday, midday, 12 o'clock. If you want it bad enough, you will make that change. If you make a mistake, when you make a mistake, you will reflect and you will keep going, because that's what it takes. So when you say you're going to do something, you got to start planning it out. And that'll be another video, perhaps. Okay. Sorry, there's lint on my nose. Sorry. So again, I that's why I like doing these things live. So I want you to know that you have the power. It's there. You've got to do the mirror work. You've got to do the inner work. You have to start building that relationship with yourself. So go back to do that exercise I explained. Those 3 things that you can do in 7 days. That's realistic. Not, oh, I'm going to win $1 million. And so, no, just break it down. Okay. The junk closet, the junk drawer. Okay. Those simple little things. Body scan yourself and say, why are you why is your body getting tight? Why is your stomach starting to get tight? Why are you looking for like, oh, I can't do that because, why are you looking for the nose? I also tell myself, and I've been telling people for years, never tell yourself no. The world will tell you no, but don't tell yourself no. When you look for those excuses, you're looking for a reason to tell yourself no. Body scan yourself, okay? And I'll go into more of that at a later time. Like I said, I'm looking at the time myself. I got things to do. Oh, yeah. I got to meet up with one of my former students. And, yeah, we're just going to kick it and have some fun a little bit. But I also have on deck on my community tab. Check that out. There's a video I saw that I'm going to watch. I'm going to, put some notes down about it. And yeah, there's other videos I have on deck that they just haven't been published. Check out all my videos. Go for my electric doses. That's a lot of the earlier concepts. I know they might be obtuse for a lot of people. I'm sorry. But if you really have anything you want to do those 2 things. Okay. Go pick up the book, The 4 Agreements by Miguel Ruiz, and do the exercise of what can you accomplish in 7 days. And if you get those 3 things done, wow, good for you. Awesome. Now you know you can do it. That's proof. Again, teaching that RES to be accountable. Look for the success. Okay? And with that I say, take care.